Today we're covering examples in preparation for section 6.1. In section 6.1, we'll have a few applications of those topics, essentially those systems of equations that we're working on that involve these types of word problems where you really have to be able to translate an English sentence into a math sentence. And so that's what we're going to be practicing with this worksheet today. So for a quick reference at the top, we have a few verbs that actually have certain meanings in math. So if we see the word is, equals, or the same as, that of course means an equal symbol. If we see something like more than, increase by, longer than, or older than, that of course relates to addition. And then similarly for less than, fewer than, those types of words mean subtraction. Anytime you see twice or double or three times, we're going to use multiplication, and either half of or a third of, we're using division. So those are the kinds of things to look for. So when we see something like Maria is 7 years older than her brother, for our first example, we want to first write down our variables. So we're going to say M is Maria's age, and we'll say B is her brother's age. So Maria is 7 years older than her brother. So we know that M is going to be the bigger number, and it's going to be 7 plus B for her brother. Now, I do kind of like to check my work. Let's say if her brother is 5, then that makes Maria 12. Does that line up with something like Maria being 7 years older than her brother? Yes, 5 and 12 would work. So it's kind of just a way of checking to make sure that the plus 7 is on the right side of the equation. For the next one we have, a medium coffee is $1.50 less than a large coffee. So you want to write down M for the medium coffee. We got L for the large coffee. And so the medium coffee is $1.50 less than the large coffee. So we're going to take the large coffee and subtract $1.50. And that's how you get the price of your medium coffee. So we've translated again that sentence into a math expression. We'll have one more example here. The number of cats at the shelter is twice the number of dogs. So D is the number of dogs. C is the number of cats. So if the number of cats is twice the number of dogs, I need to double my number of dogs to get to my number of cats. So I need to do twice my number of dogs to get to the number of cats. So if I have 10 dogs and I multiply it with 2 and get 20 cats, that means that the number of cats is twice the number of dogs. So that checks out. So it's just a really easy thing to practice, just using these verbs and translating them into sentences. There's a whole bunch here for you to practice with. And as always, please reach out if you have any questions.